Good morning, friends. Today we are going to continue with the chapter number 6, Lines and Angles. Now, I hope you remember the previous lectures. We did parallel lines, perpendicular lines, intersecting lines, and saw that intersecting lines form angles. So, angle is a figure formed with two rays with one common endpoint called the vertex. And in the previous, we classified the angles based on their measurement. We had a zero angle, acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle, and complete angle. We also learned the relationship when there are two angles. If the sum of two angles is 90, they are complementary angles, and if their sum is 180, they are supplementary angles, and we also did a few sums based on the angles. Today we are going to extend our vocabulary and name a few more angles. Okay, now remember the names are very important in geometry because when we give a special name to the angles, these angles have special properties. So this is very important because when we have problem sums and some of them are without diagrams, they just name the angles. So based on those names, you should be able to draw the proper diagram. That is very important concept in geometry. So let us continue with our naming of the angles. First of all, we have a bisector of an angle. So a ray which divides an angle into two equal parts is called the bisector of an angle. So in this diagram you can see our original angle was angle AOB. So angle AOB is our original angle. Now we have a ray called OC. Now what do you say about OC? The ray OC has the same endpoint as the ray OA and OB. So our angular bisector is called bisector or angular bisector starts from O, yes, and it divides angle AOB into two equal parts. So in this diagram, the ray OC is the angular bisector of angle AOB. So let me tell you again, what did we have originally? We had angle AOB, and after we drew the ray OC, we have two angles now, angle AOC and angle COB. So both these angles are equal. AOC, AOC and COB are equal. Why are they equal? Because the ray OC, called the angular bisector, divides it into two equal halves. So because this bisector divides into two equal halves, we have got angle AOC or angle COB, both are equal and both are half of angle AOB. So the first concept for today is the bisector of an angle. So from any angle you can draw angular bisector which cuts the original angle into two equal parts. Is it clear? Okay. Now we move further. The next topic is adjacent angles. Now in the diagram I have taken three separate figures, but remember this is not separate figures, these are the same angles. But what I have shown you here, in this figure there are three rays, OA, OC and OB, and three rays are forming three angles. So I have named all the angles. In the first diagram we have angle AOC. Angle AOC has two arms. Which are the two arms of angle AOC? OA and OC. Okay. The next angle we have is angle COB. The arms of the angle are OC and OB. And we even have angle AOB. So this is the same diagram, but you see this diagram, there are three angles. And AOB has the arms OA and OB. So now if you hide the two diagrams and see only one diagram, what do you observe? In that diagram there are three angles, AOC, COB and AOB. Now if you understood this, let us see what are the rules of naming adjacent angles. So I'll keep these diagrams and move to the next slide. And here you can see what are adjacent angles. The rules are two angles are adjacent if they have a common vertex. Now if you notice angle AOC, we saw angle COB and angle AOB, they all have the same vertex O. So condition number 1 is satisfied with all the three angles, satisfied by all the three angles. Angle AOC, angle COB and angle AOB, they all have the common vertex O. So the first condition is satisfied by all the angles. The second condition, they have a common arm. They have a common arm. So second condition, you see these two angles have got a common arm. Which is the common arm to both? OC. In both the angles we have a common arm OC. If you look at these two angles COB and AOB, these two also have a common arm. Which is the common arm? OB and OB. And if you look to angle AOC and angle AOB, they both also have a common arm, that is OA and OA. So the second is also satisfied by two angles at a time. Third rule is their common arms are on different sides of the common arm. Their non-common arms are on different side of their common arm. Means if I take the common arm to be OB, then you see AO and OC are on the same side. If I take the common arm to be AO, then OC and OB are on the same side. So I should be taking the common arm OC where OB and OA are on the opposite side. So this one, third condition is true. So what will we have? Then we find that the adjacent angles are AOC and COB. So I hope you have understood the condition. Again now we'll check all the three conditions for this case. They have a common vertex. Look at angle AOC and look at angle COB. They both have a common vertex? Yes, they have a common vertex O. Rule 2. Do they have a common arm? Yes. We have got OC is their common arm. And third rule, are there non-common arms on the different sides? Yes. Their non-common arms AO and OB are on different sides. So looking at the conditions, we know angle AOC and not angle AOB, sorry, there's a mistake here. Angle AOC and angle COB. Angle COB. Angle AOC and angle COB are adjacent angles. Okay, have you understood this? So adjacent angles again have a common vertex, a common arm, but the non-common arms are on different sides of the common arm. So this is a new vocabulary for today. Understand what are adjacent angles. Okay, now again, when two angles are adjacent, then the sum is always equal to the angle formed by the two non-common arms. So look at angle AOB is the main angle, is made up of two adjacent angles, AOC and COB. So what do you find out? The measure of angle AOB, yes, the measure of angle AOB is the sum of, how do you find out angle AOB? Totally, you will add AOC and add COB. When you add them both, you get angle AOB. So when two angles are adjacent, then their sum is always equal to the angle formed by the two non-common arms. Okay? Now here I have got a special case. Look at angle AOB. Angle AOB is 90 degree because OA is perpendicular to OB. Now we have the adjacent angles AOC and COB. If you add them both, you get 90 degree. So AOC and COB are not only adjacent angles, they are also complementary angles. Okay? But if I call angle AOC and angle X, Y and Z. Okay, let us say the sum of these two angles is also 90 degree. Now if the sum of these two angles is 90 degree, they are complementary angles, but they are not adjacent angles because they do not have a common arm. They do not have a common vertex. So these are two adjacent angles. Just in this special case, these two adjacent angles, the sum is 90. So they are adjacent also and complementary also. Okay. So when there are two separate angles and their sum is 90, they are complementary. And if there are two adjacent angles whose sum is 90, also they are complementary. But remember, just because they are complementary does not mean they are adjacent. Now we go to the next pair called linear pair of angles. So linear pair is a type of adjacent angles only. Okay. So in this figure, can you tell me which are the adjacent angles? Now here again I have got three angles. The first one is angle AOC. AOC. Common vertex O and the arms OA and OC. Then we have angle COB. Now COB has a common vertex O. The arms are OC and OB. And what you can see in these arms, they make a straight angle. They are exactly opposite to each other. The third we have is angle AOB. Common vertex O and the arms OA and OB. Now if you see clearly, then angle AOC and angle AOB are adjacent angles. Why they are adjacent angles? Can you understand? Can you remember? Again, angle AOC and angle AOB has got a common vertex O, has got a common arm OA, and the non-common arms are on different sides. But in this special case, the non-common arms also make a straight line. And because this make a straight line, we name them linear pairs. So we have angle AOC and angle AOB. So remember, angle AOC and angle AOB are again adjacent angles. They are angle AOC and angle AOB are adjacent angles, but these are special adjacent angles. Why? Because the non-common arms make a straight line. So they are also called a linear pair. So these are adjacent angles also and linear pair also. So you have to remember, all linear pairs are adjacent, but all adjacent are not linear pairs. Why all adjacents are not linear pairs? Because their non-common arms do not make a straight line. Only when the non-common arms make a straight line, you can call it a linear pair. Now you can see angle AOC, and if you add angle AOB, then you get one complete angle which is 180 degree. So when you add the two linear pairs, COB, the straight line, is AOC plus AOB. But COB is a straight line 180 degree. So AOC plus AOB is 180, and therefore AOC and AOB are also supplementary. So AOC and AOB are supplementary. They are also adjacent. They are also forming a linear pair. Okay, now let me ask you a very simple question. If angle AOC is, say, let us say 60 degree. If AOC is 60 degree, can you tell me what is the measure of angle AOB? Can you guess? So how will you find? The straight line is 180, this is 60. So 180 minus 60 will give you how much? 120. So if you are given a linear pair and one angle is given, you can definitely find the second angle. Okay, so these are linear pair of angles. Remember, all linear pairs are adjacent, but all adjacent angles are not linear pair. So to our definition of angles, complementary angles, supplementary angles, we have added adjacent angles, we have added linear pair. So what you have to remember, when any diagram is given to you, if there are more than two angles in the diagram, you should at once know which angles are the adjacent angles, which angles are the linear pairs, okay, and what is the relation of linear pairs. The straight line makes 180 degree. So now next we move on to supplementary angles. I told you, now these two angles sum is 40 plus 140. If you add them, they both make 180. So they are supplementary, but they are not a linear pair. Why? They don't have a common vertex, they don't have a common arm, and the non-common arms do not make a straight line. So these two angles are supplementary, but they are not a linear pair. And from we move on to the next type, of vertically opposite angles. So in this diagram you can see four angles. Okay, angle 1, we'll call this, I'll call this angle 2, I'll call this angle 3, and I'll call this angle 4. So there are four angles here. Now what you can see, angle POQ and angle YOQ are adjacent and form a linear pair. Yes, because they make a straight line. But also angle YOQ and angle XOQ also form a linear pair because they make a straight line. Right? So that is another pair. Then we have angle XOQ and angle POX is also a linear pair. And we have angle POX and angle POY is also a linear pair. Okay? But then what is the definition of vertically opposite angles? So two angles are called vertically opposite angles if their arms form two pair of opposite rays. Two pair of opposite rays. So see angle YOQ. If you look at angle YOQ, this angle YOQ and angle XOP. Yes, look at YOQ and XOP. They have got, I'll draw them dark. This is XOP and this is YOQ. Okay? These both are vertically opposite. Why? They have got a common vertex and the arms form two opposite rays. So the arm OY of YOQ is opposite to arm OQ of XOP. So can you see they both are opposite? Yes. Similarly, the arm OQ of YOQ is opposite to OP. So we have OQ is opposite to OP. So YOQ and XOP are vertically opposite angles. Similarly, we'll have XOQ and YOP are also vertically opposite angles because their common vertex is O, and here OX is opposite to OY. Can you see? OX OX is opposite to OY, and we have OQ is opposite to OP. So POY and XOQ are vertically opposite, and similarly YOQ and POX are vertically opposite angles. So if say this angle is say 45, if this angle is 45, this will be 135. Why? Because we saw that they both are linear pair. So 45 plus 135 gives 180. Okay. Again, if this is 45, this will be 135 because they also form a linear pair. So what do you observe? That vertically opposite angles are always equal. So this angle and this angle is equal. This angle 45 and this angle 45 is also equal. So we established the rule here that vertically opposite angles are always equal. So again, one last revision, I have accommodated more angles. So which are the angles introduced today? Adjacent angles, linear pair of angles, and vertically opposite angles. So you know what angles are, and if you look at the further conditions, you will know what are adjacent angles, what are linear pairs, and what are vertically opposite angles. Okay, so this is something for you to revise. In the next lecture, we'll take on a few sums so the concept becomes more clear. Till then, revise all this type of angles. Thank you.